It has only been about 8,000 miles in 7 weeks, but already it is time for us to do our first routine maintenance on the F-150 Lightning. It's actually the only routine maintenance other than maybe putting washer fluid in it, which I don't have to do that yet. But it is time to rotate the tires. So we're going to show you how to do that today. It's really nice if you have a lift, you can get up on there, do all four of them at once. We're not quite that sophisticated. We do have several floor jacks, and we're going to show you a strategy where you don't have to take the spare tire down and use it and do one wheel at a time. We're going to be able to do 2 wheels at a time. I think it'll be 3 lifting sessions with the jacks. So let's go ahead and show you how that's done. And if you have enough floor jacks, you can do it this way. Otherwise, you'll have to take the spare down and do it a wheel at a time. So let's get started. Welcome back to E-Hermes, your electric adventure travel channel. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit that bell button to be notified of our upcoming content. So we're starting on the passenger side first. The way the tire rotation goes is the right front tire goes on the left rear. The right rear comes up to the right front. Then ultimately the left rear that we take off to put this one on there goes up to the right front, or left front, I'm sorry. And the left front comes back here to the right rear. I may not have said left and right, but I think you get the idea. Otherwise, look at the manual, there's a diagram. Basically, the 2 back ones come up and the 2 front ones crisscross going back. First thing we're gonna do is break loose the lug wrenches. Here's a tip. I'm not using any of the tools from the F-150 Lightning. I have another F-150. I'm using the tools from that because once you take the jack and the jack handles and all the parts apart, it's a little bit difficult to get them back in there. And not only that, but they generally tend to rattle after that. So I'm just going to use the tools I have from the other truck and a couple floor jacks that I have had. As you can see, they're a few years old. All right, so we are going to loosen the lug nuts with the tire iron. We're going to do the same way you tighten them, which is kind of across from each other. So we're going to start up here at, say, 1 o'clock and then come down to 7 o'clock, then over to 3 o'clock, then 11 o'clock, then 4 o'clock, and then I forget which one I missed. This one, 9 o'clock, I guess. So we got them all broken loose. They were actually not on there too tight. Sometimes from the factory or from a garage, they're really tight. So we're just going to get them loose. And then we're going to jack the truck up. And because it's a truck, it's fairly easy to jack up. I mean, it's really heavy, don't get me wrong. But it has a frame. But it is very important on any electric vehicle that you jack it up exactly where they tell you to, because if you get the jack in the wrong place and poke it through the battery packs, you're going to have a really bad day. So there's actually arrows on the frame that show you exactly where to jack it up. So let's show you that. Of course, before we do any jacking, we're going to put the parking brake on. You pull the switch here. It says brake up there. We're also going to chock the front wheel, which we're not lifting. I've used some piece of 2x4 to block that so the truck doesn't roll on us while we are jacking. Now let's look at those jacking points. I'm going to show you the right side because that's where I have the jacks. The left side's identical. So as you can see, they have actually stamped an arrow into the frame where the jack is to be positioned. It is not to be positioned on this cross brace. They're very clear about that in the owner's manual. Likewise, in the rear, the arrow's at a little bit of an angle. It wants to be under where this hole is right here. So we'll be positioning a jack there. Before we do any jacking, we have broken the lug nuts loose while the weight's still on the vehicle completely. I'm going to position the 2 jacks over here, jack this side up, take these wheels off, put this back one up on the front. Then we're going to come around and jack the back left corner up, put that wheel on there, set that one aside. You'll see how this works. Actually, you won't see how it works because I experienced technical difficulties with my camera and did not record any more of the process. This might be for the best, as it would have been a long, mostly boring process of me moving jacks and wheels around the vehicle. The key thing I wanted to show you was the very clearly marked jacking locations that you really do need to use. I did learn a few other things during the process. The truck is really, really heavy and really, really tall. One of the floor jacks I intended to use would not extend high enough, so I had to use the scissor jack from my 2016 F-150. Because I've had F-150s for many years, I know how big they are. However, this truck is so much heavier than the others that I have had in the past. When I had 3 wheels off the ground at the same time, it did feel somewhat uncomfortable. Most importantly, never, never, ever put your body under a vehicle when it is up on jacks only. If something moves or slips, you could be badly injured or killed, particularly as heavy as this truck is. We hope that you have learned a little something about how to jack up an F-150 Lightning should you ever need to do so with a flat tire or to rotate the tires as I did today. If you did, please hit that like button. Please subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified of our upcoming content. Thank you.